They are all flying out to Sydney for this week, but we're underway, so let's focus on the game at hand.
So we are underway, and South Melbourne looking to make the first foray forward. Mott, well challenged by David. And there's a 2-on-1 rule there. So two outfielders, if you like, can't be within 3 metres of one another. Goalkeepers are exempt from that rule. So free kick to Melbourne City. Forward by David. Intercepted by Mott. And once again, 2-on-1 rule is called. So Luke David now on the Melbourne City left. His pass intercepted by McPherson. Forward by Miller, who's got a backtrack now. Casares through the middle. Can he get the opening goal of the game? Casares across David with a telling block. I don't think Sean Miller would have got there. But Luke David on hand to pick up the pieces and to spare Melbourne City's blushes. 2-on-1 call. Major early chance for South Melbourne. Chris Casares almost with the opening goal. Mott forward from the free kick, flicked on by Casares. Blocked again by David, who seems to be everywhere. McPherson, nice 1-2. But a 2-on-1 will be to the detriment of South Melbourne. And Melbourne City are now back in possession. David forward. Well blocked by Mott. Looking to take it forward now, the Melbourne City 23. Gets through a couple. Sean Mott, staunch rear guard. To block his movement forward. Casares again. Still David. Keeping the ball in play on the Melbourne City right. Cross into the middle. And Sean Mott's there again. Casares through the middle. Will go it alone for the moment. Does he keep it alive? He doesn't. Out of play. And Melbourne City are back with the ball again. Mott intercepts. Has McPherson forward of the ball. Looks to try and find him. Cut out in the end by David, who's been everywhere so far in the opening 3 minutes of this game. Plays the ball forward, blocked by Casares. Mott's in there again to cut it out. Ball kept alive just about as the ball's wedged in between the two chairs. Mott breaks it away. Casares does well. He's been brilliant early on. Chance for McPherson. And just about blocked behind by Miller. It was creeping in inside the right hand upright. But Miller turned it away. And so South forced to settle to bring the ball back in. Good ball towards Casares, whose shot was blocked away. Miller back into the middle from Mott. McPherson returns the favour. Yes! It's back to McPherson, who tucks it wide. Really good build-up from South Melbourne, who look to start the game as they mean to go on. They've controlled the opening few minutes of this game as they look to take home the trophy in this grand final. Casares into the middle, not dealt with by David. All the way through to North Coombs. Mott again, the edge of the box. David does well initially. Mott's there again. Looking to turn it round and get past him. David won't let him get through. Really good defending as he now moves down the Melbourne City right. Keeps it in. David going alone. Casares does well. Ball goes out of play. Melbourne City remain in possession. Brilliant again from the captain coach Luke David. In fact, it's gone the other way. It had been gestured that it would be a Melbourne City ball, but it's been reversed and South Melbourne have possession back. Casares couldn't find a teammate there. As David sends it into the middle, blocked by Casares, who's got a little bit of space to move into. Can he take it past David? Not quite, but he turns it in field to Mott. David does well to get there. And the 2-on-1. Again against South Melbourne. Ball fall to North Coombs. Well defended again by Mott. Looks to move forward. David's there again. Mott looks to get by him.
Yes, David, good work.
Luke David, North Coombs looks to try and find him.
Yes, Chris, keep on. Keep up.
As Casares looks to move forward. Can he get a shot away? Well blocked by David. Millett was there to cover if needed. Still Casares. And driven away by David, who takes it past McPherson. He's done well here, David. He's now got Mott directly opposed to him, who robs him of it. Only momentarily. David back with the ball. And the 2-on-1 at the edge of the box. Craig Kilby was the second South player there. So, right on the edge of the area. Melbourne City have got a real chance to get the opening goal of this grand final. Hush falls upon the Melbourne State Hockey Netball Centre as the shot is saved by Mott. Turned on goal by Deaton, who was unlucky not to find the opener. Ball back in board. Deaton. And 2-in-1 this time. South will have the ball back. And it will be Sean Mott tasked with taking the free kick.
Go, David. Gamble, gamble. Come on, Chrissy.
Mott forward, blocked by Miller. And there'll be a face-off here. Looks like it'll be Casares
Come on, Chris.
and David to contest it. Looked as though David had won out initially. Casares wasn't giving it up though. He's done well, the South man.
Let it go. Let it
Blocked
go.
away.
Our ball.
And it's been let run. Last out off Jules North Coombs. Mott forward. Looks to try and get it into the middle. Casares looks to try and find McPherson.
Good work.
He couldn't quite get there, the South 21.
Discipline.
Really good start to this game so far. South and Melbourne City both with one big chance apiece, but no goals to speak of as of yet.
Push, David.
Davids, challenged by McPherson. And David wins out. Ricochets now to Deaton on the Melbourne City left.
Yes, Chris.
Help forward now by Casares, who moves forward for South Melbourne. David does well to thwart his advances. An attritional passage of play here. Casares off David and out for a corner. Really cleverly done by Chris Casares, who's been brilliant so far for South. As South Melbourne look to profit from this corner. Puts in by Mott. Teasing delivery to McPherson, and it's off the post. Casares to follow up, blocked by David. And South have come agonisingly close to finding the opener in this grand final. McPherson in an excellent position. So his shot strike the upright. And that's the closest either side have come to breaking the deadlock in this game. Not forward, McPherson looking to find Casares and does. David across the cover. Casares expertly done. Out to the South Melbourne right. David takes it past McPherson. Can he get the ball by Mott? Not very easily. Mott's done a sterling job to get back on terms. And there's a 2-on-1. It'll be a Melbourne City ball, as we get a little bit of a break in play. Craig Kilby keeping goal here temporarily for South Melbourne as Mott turns it away. David into the middle. Telegraphed by Casares, who looks to take it past Miller. Still Casares. He's got McPherson on the opposite side, but won't be able to get it to him from there. It was really well defended by David. Deaton, well defended by Mott. Casares, clever to get out of the way so he wasn't penalised for a 2-on-1. But they will be there. McPherson too close to Mott there. As David will take this free kick.
Go David, take it, yes.
McPherson.
That's it, well done David.
Out of play for a South ball. Really positive start this from South Melbourne. Mott forward. Ball into the middle. Casares! Just wide.
Well played, Chris. Good work. David, great pass. Well done.
South fans in attendance loving this start. And why wouldn't you be? They've come up just short on a couple of occasions now. And at the moment, they look the most likely to grab the opening goal. Forward by David to no one in particular. Still goalless here in Parkville. David. Mott comes across, takes it out of play. David forward. Deaton helps it on. Across to, cut it out was Mott, who drives forward. David well across to see it out of play. And the last touch was off the South Melbourne number 3. Casares. David with the challenge. And it ricochets unluckily off Casares.
Discipline, Chris. Take the discipline.
Casares looking for North Coombs. Casares cuts it out. So you take it past David and can't. Casares just keeping with him at the moment. Mott looking to clear it away. Into the path of Casares, blocked by David. Mott.
Chris, still too close. Talk.
Still Mott. He's done well here. Now on the South Melbourne left. Looks to knocking in ball to Casares. Back towards Mott, who takes it past David. Can Casares get there? It's out of play for a Melbourne City goal kick. As the game remains goalless. The scoreboard on the live stream reads 1-0 to South Melbourne, although we haven't quite had a goal as of yet. So, just to clarify, it is still 0-0. Mott, North Coombs looking to try and pick up on the loose ball. Couldn't quite do so. McPherson forward. Casares looked dangerously close to being a 2-on-1. Not given. As David keeps it in. Kilby battling with him for the ball. Craig Kilby doing well just to ensure that David doesn't have a route forward. As Mott clears it away out for a throw, for a ball bit for David. David goes short, into the middle from Deaton, looking for North Coombs. And he's still there, Deaton. Can he get a shot on goal? Answer's no. And Mott brings it away. David. Inboard looking for North Coombs. Deaton's in and around it. Mott will clear it away. Still Mott. McPherson. Oh, brilliant build-up here from South Melbourne. McPherson just looking to help it forward. Mott should get there. He shoots. It's blocked by Mott. Still a chance potentially here for South. Back into the middle. Casares across towards McPherson. And David gets there before the South Melbourne man can.
David, flip back.
Casares. Ball's locked up there. That's out of play. For, in fact, it's going to be brought back in, I think, for a face-off. Mott into the middle. Can only find North Coombs, who helps it forward first time. As we tick into the final 2 minutes of the first half, still South Melbourne 0, Melbourne City 0. fact, that is the half-time whistle. The game so far remains goalless. So neither side could break the deadlock. Almost ready to go in the second half, as Luke David gets proceedings back underway. Mott to cut it out. Now Casares, South Melbourne from left to right. Melbourne City from right to left now. Mott. His route block forward was initially blocked by Deaton, but he gets past him. Deshaun Mott. Casares to McPherson. Out of play. Off Luke David. Rebuilt here alongside me. That Skip Fulton's getting right into it. Almost as a South Melbourne assistant coach at the moment, as Casares looks to try and help it forward. It's out of play. It's McPherson and North Coombs collide.
Lock it in, lock it in.
Helped forward by North Coombs. Mott now to McPherson. Casares. Shot off target. Miller keeps it alive. Casares looks to put it in the middle. Mott almost got there, but Luke David did first. That'll be a South Melbourne ball. Once the middle. Casares looking to turn it goalward. And his ball forward could only find the touchline. Ball forward from David, blocked by McPherson, and seen out of play for a Melbourne City goal kick. Deaton now for Melbourne City, who does well to get past Mott, goes alone, and 2-on-1. Chris Casares was in the area. Luke David now from the free kick. Forward towards North Coombs, blocked by Mott. Back with David, looks to turn it wide. Towards Deaton. David to bring the ball back in now. Casares looking to drive the ball forward. Mott looking for McPherson. His pass intercepted by North Coombs. Still Mott. David takes it by him before he could get there.
Stay centre, Chris. Stay centre.
He ran out of room. Did Luke David.
Lock it in.
Mott keeps it alive. Can he find anyone in support? He may well go alone. Helps it towards Casares. Deaton helps it clear. Kilby with a telling touch. Casares looking to cover. And a play for a South Melbourne ball. Tell you what, if Kilby hadn't have been there, it may well have been 1-0 Melbourne City. There was no one really defending the goal for South Melbourne by that point. So had it got by him, Melbourne City may well have had the opener. David finds Casares for South Melbourne. Ricochet to him. Now David McPherson. Good challenge by Luke Davids. Inboard to Coombs with a 1-2. Helped forward by David. Kilby was there. And it's behind for a corner. North Coombs to bring the ball back in towards David, who couldn't get there. Kilby did brilliantly.
That's good, well done. Watch the 2-on-1s, Chris.
David towards North Coombs. Casares looking to try and help his team forward.
Yes, Chris, yes.
Casares does well. David fighting for his team. Casares through the middle. A real chance. He's got McPherson to his left if he wants him. Goes alone. Well blocked by David. Still Casares. And that's a 2-on-1. And disappointment for all affiliated with South Melbourne that chance came to nothing. It's a really promising one when Casares was charging through the middle of the court. North Coombs. Deaton couldn't get there. As Chris Casares was just having his beanie adjusted there. Back in from Mott. Helped away by Luke David. McPherson picking up the pieces for South Melbourne. Luke David does well to try and take the ball away. Mott knocked it against him. And now South Melbourne from the side, in towards Casares. He couldn't get too much on it, if anything at all. Inboard from Deaton towards David. Mott gets there. Casares going to help it towards McPherson. Really good build-up play from South. Can Casares get there? He can't keep it alive. Unlucky from South Melbourne. They've been really positive for large parts of this game. And unlucky not to score there. Mill it away. North Coombs should get there and does. Finds Deaton. North Coombs trying to get himself forward. And played off Kilby for a corner. Very smartly done by Ryan Deaton. David now with the corner. Into the middle. Not a bad ball towards North Coombs. Well saved by Mott. And there's a 2-on-1. North Coombs and Deaton, the offenders there. So, from the edge of their defensive penalty area, they should look to clear here, South. Mott, cut out by Deaton, towards North Coombs, who just couldn't get there. And the tension builds here on court 5. One goal may well be enough to decide this game. You may well be able to have seen a few Western United players arriving for the second game. Great to see them involved too. David towards North Coombs. Mott with the challenge. David was there to cut it out. Mott takes it round him. Still Sean Mott has McPherson to his left. Goes to Casares, who can't quite get past David. Stays in play. Will break for Kilby. Deaton back to David. Casares. Out of play, South Melbourne ball. Back to the middle, Casares looking to help it towards goal. Looks to try and engineer a shot, wins the corner. Brilliantly done from Chris Casares. Been a shining light for South this afternoon. And has given his side a lot to be happy about. He'll bring the ball back in from the corner. It's the middle towards McPherson, who just saw his shot go wide. Another shooting chance for South Melbourne as they look to break the deadlock with what would be the opening goal of the game. May well be a very telling one. Should they be the team to get it? If it goes the other way, then Melbourne City might be looking towards the championship. Still North Coombs moving forward. Mott did so well. Davids. Well won back by Mott. Casares is out wide left for South Melbourne. That's how to play for Melbourne City. Ball in. Into the middle. North Coombs. Out of play. Discipline. Forward by Mott. McPherson into the middle. Casares gives it in back. McPherson streaming forward. David across to help out for Melbourne City. Still McPherson in the middle towards Casares. It won't get there. Mott driving forward. David with him defending. Is into the middle. Mott blocked by Millett. Still Mott. David gets back to try and help him out. It's out for a corner. Mott now to send it in. Into the middle. Away from David. Kilby. Casares getting back to make sure it's not disastrous for South Melbourne. David, challenged by Mott. Good pressure here from South Melbourne. Mott looking towards the middle. And the ball will come back in from the side. Mott into the middle. Looks for the shot. Saved by David. Mott still there. Millett help blocks it away. Mott into the middle, towards McPherson, well saved by Millett, second by the Sheriff McPherson. Couldn't quite grab the opening goal. This game really building into something special. South Melbourne knocking the door down but can't quite break it open. But it has been an absolute exhibition so far, and long may it continue. Mott to the wing, Casares! And wide. Rob Wright was up in celebration. The celebrations were short-lived. It had so many fouled, but the game stays level. Agonisingly close to the first for South Melbourne. Mott forward. Away off McPherson, who tried to keep it alive but couldn't. David into the middle. And no one could get there from either side. Mott to the middle. Casares off David. And out to play. Mott, forward towards Deaton. Blocked by Kilby.
Right. Defense.
Out off Mott. As David will bring it back in again. Has North Coombs and Deaton forward. Blocked away by Mott. Casares has got space. He's got McPherson to his left. If he could have found him, they may well have been on South Melbourne. Couldn't get through. 3.5 to play. Still the game's locked at 0-0. Deaton. Helped away by Casares. David comes across. Still Casares. Into the middle towards McPherson. Deaton's there. Casares forward again. Towards McPherson. Could this be the moment? On the south left, McPherson. Blocked by David. They want to try and win the corner here, South. McPherson now further in field. David away. Drives with it. Can't get past Mott initially.
Stay wide, David. Stay really wide.
And there's a free kick there. It's a South ball. As we tick towards the conclusion of this game. Out of play. Off Deaton. Ball back into the middle. David. Into the final 2 minutes. Deaton. Any goal here would surely win it. Kilby across. Out of play. Looks at the shot, and it's just wide from David. That would have given Melbourne City the trophy for sure. McPherson, Casares, David forward, Mott, back to McPherson, couldn't get there. One minute to play. Deaton. South Melbourne ball.
40 seconds.
Mott looking to work it forward. Off McPherson. Out of play. There may be one more chance for Melbourne City before full time. Deaton. Heavy touch. Casares looking to get in and win it. Still they battle. Out of play. David potentially with a final chance before full time. Off Casares. Can he now move it forward? Miller across. Casares into the middle. He may well have to go alone. David. Casares. And that may well be that. Casares. Referee checks the watch. Ball forward towards Casares. Miller gets there. Back off Casares. And that's full time. So still we can't be split and we're heading to extra time. As we wait for the first goal, South Melbourne will get us back underway. They'll be going from right to left, I should say, to start extra time as Mott clips it to Casares. Can he keep it alive? He can. David into the middle for Mott. Out wide for Casares, blocked by David. Mott looking to shoot. David's there again. He's been ubiquitous so far throughout this game. And his influence continues to be strong. Into the middle, Casares, McPherson. David. Mott, forward towards Casares, who looked for the shot. Was just out of reach. Any bit of contact probably would have worked. Miller in the Melbourne City goal, but he wasn't quite tested. His clearance blocked by Casares. David. It's the middle for Casares towards McPherson, who couldn't quite get a shot on goal. Mott blocked by David. We brought back in from the side. And back into the middle. Intercepted by David. North Coombs doesn't have any City teammates in support. Now David helps him out. Casares. Was there a 2-on-1 there? Not called. Casares into the middle towards McPherson, who looks to set his teammate back up. It's another Melbourne City ball. Both teams being well supported here, which is absolutely wonderful to see. Not in from the side. Mott rather. Look to cross it in. Casares against David. Back for Mott. Towards McPherson. Back into the middle. David cuts the ball forward for South Melbourne out. Ricochets back off the South number 3. Or at least that's the way it looked. South Melbourne with the ball back in. North Coombs looking to help it back in. Mott going alone for the moment. Apologises to Casares that he couldn't quite get the ball through. We've got a slight hold up here. It's Jordan North Coombs, who was just being attended to by the referee. Sean Mott also now by the assistant, but looks like we're all good and ready to go. Once more, Casares gets there, plays it across to Mott, who looks for him back, couldn't find him. North Coombs just couldn't help it forward. Forward from Mott towards Casares. His touch sent the ball out of play. As we approach the final minute of the first half of extra time. Miller just waits for an option he likes and just sends it into the middle towards David. He battles with Casares. David wins out. Mott there to help get it forward now for South. Deaton does well to make sure he couldn't do much with it. In towards North Coombs, who keeps it on against Mott, who moves it forward himself.
Quick cover. Yes, David.
Forward from David. McPherson blocks Melbourne City's route forward. So ticking towards half-time and extra time. As play still allowed to continue.
Okay, stay wide. Too close. That's it, Chris. Well moved.
McPherson. David takes it away from him. Casares plays it against Luke David. Mott sees it out. And there is half-time and extra time. Still no goals for either side. It's a quick restart. There's no real half-time break-in. Extra time, it's just a quick change of ends. And a restart. So now Melbourne City to get us back underway via David, who looked to be direct and send it straight down the middle. He gets back in to win it. And another South Melbourne free kick here. Forward from Mott towards Casares. Cut out by Deaton, who drives forward. North Coombs on the left wing for Melbourne City was there. Well defended by Craig Kilby. Now City to send the ball back in. It's the middle. Turned around and blocked by Kilby. Deaton with the shot. Almost found the opening goal of the game. David to bring it back in. North Coombs at the back stick. Then comes slightly shorter. David into the middle. Beats Kilby. North Coombs, Deaton. And the 2-on-1. South Melbourne ball. And the City chance comes to nothing. Mott forward. Casares, David. Mott wins it. David McPherson charging down the South Melbourne rights. And he ran out of room.
Discipline, Chris. Why are you centre, Chris? David, you're too close. You're too narrow.
McPherson forward. But he couldn't keep it alive either. Just over 2 minutes to play in the second period of extra time. Mott looks to try and find a teammate, could only find the touchline. David forward towards Deaton. Blocked again by Mott, who's been brilliant. 2-on-1 against Melbourne City. Tension really building here. You can almost hear a pin drop. Mott forward. North Coombs. Helped forward by Casares.
Chris, pay attention. Let it go out, let it go out. Up the line, David, our ball.
Forward by Mott. Casares looking to help it on.
Where's the discipline? Chrissy, we've got one more play.
It's maybe the final foray forward for South. Casares into the middle. Deaton out of play. They're trying to ensure that they have the final say here, South. Into the middle. Casares away from David McPherson. Looking to help it on. Into the middle. Towards Casares. Blocked by David. Mott's there. Towards Casares again. Millett gets there first.
Come on, quick one.
Still Casares. That's another South ball. And there's full time. So we're going to penalties. South Melbourne with the momentum to end the second period of extra time. But they couldn't break the deadlock. And so penalties will have to decide these two teams. Find a goal in both regulation and extra time. So it looks as though it will be Sean Mott to take the first penalty for South. Sean Millett in goal for Melbourne City. 1-0 South Melbourne. So after tucking away the opening penalty, Sean Mott will have to repel this one from Luke David. He was brilliant all throughout the game, in all facets. Luke David, the captain, the coach. Can he be the hero? In fact, he's left for Millett. So keeper to keeper. Millett couldn't stop Mott's penalty before. And Mott keeps it out. The hero with the shot, and now the hero with the save. Sean Mott, twice, with the big moment. And it sets up Casares to try and double the margin here in the penalty shootout. Can he make it two? Chris Casares. He absolutely can. Big moment for South Melbourne. They're almost there. Jules North Coombs. He's over the ball. It's great to see whether he'll be the next one to take the penalty. In fact, it is Luke David, the captain and the coach. And his penalty saved. And so from here, the job is simple. David McPherson He thought that it was his. He could be on the winning side, McPherson. He will be. Should Craig Kilby convert this? Melbourne City have to save to stay in it. Craig Kilby didn't get a lot on it, and it's turned away by Sean Millett. And Melbourne City stay alive. Ryan Deaton, he now must score. Scores and City stay in it. If he doesn't, South Melbourne win the trophy and win the grand final. Straight against Mott, and that's the game! Sean Mott, the difference maker, the hero, scored his penalty and saved all three for South, and it's elation for South Melbourne.